Perhaps one of the most iconic bike scenes from any movie is the scene where Steve McQueen attempts to evade the Germans by jumping his bike over a fence. The bike he used was a Triumph TR6 Trophy. The Trophy was introduced in 1956 and it was eventually developed into the TR6C with its characteristic high pipes and folding foot pegs to target the growing number of off-road riders. Today its spirit lives on in this bike, the Triumph Street Scrambler, a 900cc parallel twin with oodles of retro appeal. Triumph revived the Scrambler in 2006 based on the 865cc Bonneville of the time, but despite the high pipes and the off-road capable tyres, it really was a street bike. For 2017, Triumph has a new version of the bike based on the 900cc Street series, of which the Street Cup, which Brian reviewed earlier, is also a member. The Street Scrambler boasts a much stronger liquid-cooled 900cc parallel twin, with a distinctive 270-degree firing order, which it inherited from the Street Twin. The engine produces 45 kilowatts at 6,000 RPM and 82 Newton meters of torque at 2,850 RPM, but it has been retuned for stronger mid-range power. In the looks department, the Street Series heritage is evident with a generous sprinkling of 1960s styling cues. In addition, the Scrambler also boasts cues to its off-road nature, with a grille over the headlamp, Michelin Tourance tyres, a 19-inch front hoop and the iconic twin exhausts, although the latter are on the opposite side from the Trophy. With its bigger front wheel, the Scrambler does feel a little more nimble than the Street Cup, albeit at the expense of high-speed stability. But the Scrambler isn't made for high speed. While the Street Cup's sweet spot is at around 160 km an hour, the lack of wind protection on the Scrambler means it's a lot more comfortable at between 120 and 140 km an hour. Surprisingly, the transmission only offers 5 speeds, but the gear ratios are spaced well enough that you don't really feel like you miss a 6th gear when you're riding. The ample mid-range torque makes gear changing almost unnecessary at speed, but the gearbox itself is smooth and positive enough so that you sometimes actually just make a gear change for the fun of it. It is much less of a street-only bike than its predecessor, but it isn't the type of bike that you would take too far off the beaten track. Because the suspension has a tendency to bottom out when you try anything too vigorous, jumping over fallen trees isn't the kind of thing that you would want to do with this bike. If you want to leave the tarmac, the Street Scrambler is better suited to dirt roads or sandy patches than venturing too far into the uncharted wilds. All in all, the Street Scrambler is a pleasant bike. It makes for a great commuter. It has the kind of looks that attract attention wherever you go, and it allows you to explore beyond the city limits. Along with its siblings in the Street series, it is, in my opinion, among the best of the current batch of retro motorcycles.